I'm going to show you how to make this poster, breakdown of this poster I created for your Bible verse quote. First, you're going to make your artboard, label it correctly. You're going to do print letter format. Create. And I'm going to drop in all the assets that I found, so images I found searching the web. This is how you can transform to make it a smaller size. Click scale, and then you can make sure preview is selected and then drop down the size. Say OK. Use your align tools to make sure it's centered and place it where you want it. Now I'm going to crop it. So you can crop by double clicking on your image and then selecting crop in the menu bar. This will just get rid of some of the excess that I don't want to see. Press enter or apply at the top when you're finished cropping. And align it again just in case. I'm going to add in more backgrounds. I'm just going to create a rectangle, grab the color from my image. For some reason it made it blue. No worries. I'm going to grab the ink dropper and grab a new color from my image background. And now I want to add some texture. So I'm going to go to Effects, Texture, Grain. And as you can see, you can intensify the grain way up, or I'm going to keep it moderate. Now it blends a little bit better. Now I'm going to create a frame for my image. I'm going to use all the tools that you used in all the tutorials. Alright, I'm making a duplicate because I want to use this for my text later on. But now I'm ready to drop in an image that relates to my Bible verse inside that frame. So I'm going to make this much smaller. Remember, right click, transform, scale. I'm going to put my arch on top of the image, kind of align it exactly where I want it. I'm going to add some anchor points to close in this shape. I'm going to select everything, make sure that my frame is on top of it, clipping mask, make, and that puts my image inside of the object. So if you need to bring something forward or backward, you do arrange, front, forward, back by right-clicking on the image. And grab my text, just paste it all in there as is, and then I'm going to pick out my fonts. I'm going to choose several different fonts. Now I'm going to add my text around this frame. I got too much. I'm going to delete some of it because it's not all going to fit. I'm going to change my size, center it. Changing my O's to the other font that I really like, just to give it some difference, like some contrast. So I have 3 different fonts going on in this structure, but it all looks like it came from the same font. They go well together. You don't want to use a bunch of different random fonts together. I'm going to bring this forward, right click, arrange front. I'm going to make it bigger and align it. Now I'm going to make space for some of my symbols that I want to include, my shapes. So I found these just searching the web, downloaded them. You can look up vector shapes or symbols and download them for free just from Google. Now I'm going to create my custom shape. I'm going to duplicate it by doing Command C, Command V. Then I can reflect it, transform reflect, and it will change the shape of it to the opposite side. I'm going to change the color of the stroke. All right, now I'm going to make a custom path shape. I'm going to open up my rulers. And to get my rulers directly in the middle, I can just drag it, collect everything, including the guides and the shape, and then just align it, and it will make it perfectly centered. I'm going to lock my shape in place so that it doesn't move around while I work. And I also don't want to add anchor points to it. So this is a great way. You just go to your layers and lock it in place, and now I can't mess with it at all. I'm going to add my points using the pen tool. Now I'm going to grab the anchor angle tool. I'm going to unlock my background, the square, and delete it, because now I have my star. I want the whole thing to be black, solid, so changing the stroke to black, solid, and then reshape, sizing it. I'm using my line segment tool to create a diagonal line. Remember to add a stroke color. I forgot to do this in the beginning. I make a copy, paste it, do transform, reflect, and it'll switch it to the opposite side. And if you collect it all and do a line, it will bring it perfectly together into an X. Now I'm going to duplicate it. Now I'm ready to add my entire verse. So I'm going to drag a box the size of exact size I want my text. Now Now I'm picking a font that's easy to read. And you want to outline your text by going to Type, Create Outlines. So now when you select everything that you want perfectly centered, it'll center it. Whereas if you have it as a full text box, it won't be able to center it perfectly. Now I'm just going to do my final touches and make sure that I followed all the rules from Canvas. And that's it. I'm going to outline all my text. And then I'm going to save it as a PDF and upload it to Canvas.